Sup, I'm Void, and today we're going to be playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, with 9th Anniversary finally coming to the global version, and with the new Broly and the new Gogeta, there's a lot of controversy mostly around the Broly and his team. Now, Broly is not one of the best agent units in the game so far, and even Truth saying he's knocked out of top 10, but his leader skill is a primary reason that you kind of want him, and one of the things that can highlight a lot of villain units that really just don't get to shine in the game. Seeing that, Super is clearly the better class when it comes to replacements and stuff like that, etc. So but with Super Bosses especially, or even Broly's team, he mostly works with extreme units. But there's so many extreme units that just don't really work together, or there's not really a lot of variety that allows them to really, have a very strong team really cohesively unless you have all the units in the game. So I'm going to see today if one of my personal favorite units in the game has withstood the change, and is going to be able to be run on the team. And that being the 1st Anniversary Easy Aid Rainbowed in Super Janemba. Now, this unit aged amazingly when he came out, was the best Easy Aid probably for a good year, maybe 2 years or so. His guaranteed guard against attacks was really good, was really just definitively a good, better when it came to most of the content in the game at that time, giving him just that extra bit of defense that made him already cracked. And seeing that you had units like fucking Cooler out there, the SDR Dokkan Fest Cooler, not the LR but the TUR, that was also just game changing at the time. It worked really well. He had decent attack and stuff like that. But these days, this isn't really going to cut it. Guard just doesn't automatically solve everyone's problems, but we're going to be relying on mostly the medium chance of evading enemy attacks. Now, obviously, this is going to be very difficult to actually run in difficult content. He is going to probably get demolished, but I want to see maybe if on a 200% leader skill, and maybe with the right support, if he can actually withstand the current climate of the game at all. Now, my bet is probably not, right? But I want to see just if he has the potential to do so. Also because I fully believe that he's going to become top tier again once he gets his Super Easy A. Which, when it comes to Super Easy A's, we have this guy over here, Goku Black, to really put into perspective how strong these guys can be. I mean, look at his passive when it comes to Super Bosses. Now, he gives, the support. He's semi-tanky for the most part. I think he's changing orbs. He's a rainbow orb changer. He's doing a lot, which, I mean, a lot of it revolves around, him fighting Goku family category, enemies or super bosses and stuff like that, and etc. You're going to be running him with other super bosses, and with some of what maybe even the most difficult content in the game being the UI Goku, the SSBE Vegeta later, the Beast Gohan boss, Blue Kaioken Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta. You're going to be using him a lot, and seeing how much change has gone along with this guy and his EZA, I think that Janemba has a lot of potential later to be one of the most cracked units in the game. Now, which is why I want to show him off, and seeing that he might be, he's top 5 units in the game for me personally, one of my favorite units. I want to at least see if even right now, if he can try to, get up with the other bigger units, and if Broly can be enough of a cushion along with the rest of these units, the Samasu, and the EZA Buhan, if he can withstand the withstand the might of these newer bosses. Now, the answer, at least in my personal opinion, at least we're going to find out, is probably not, but we're going to see anyways if he can make it count, So we're going to see that today. I don't know how this is going to do. I don't know which boss I'm going to fight yet, but I will pick that off screen, and we'll just hop straight into the fight. So if you are interested in seeing this happen, just seeing how strong Janemba can do, or how any other older units may possibly be able to do, make sure to make sure to comment, and after you're done with that, make sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content, and I'll be right back with you in just a second. Alright, so we're going into the second movie boss's red zone to defeat Hirudegarn. The reason I chose this one was because Janemba had type advantage at the end, so if we make it to the tech stage, hopefully we'll see more of his defensive capabilities, if he even has any. But I think this is going to be the fight. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to see if he can do well. Now, I don't want to, lead him to not having anything or getting kind of, touched in the scenario. I'm really hoping we can link with Buhan, but the rotations aren't seeming in our favor right now. But maybe we can get away with, the W here if we can get past the first couple stages fast enough. Now, realistically speaking, I think that there's a high likelihood we are kind of cooked here, but we will definitely have to see. All my hopes right now are mostly lying on if we can get through the first couple phases fast enough, just to see. Now, I think I think these characters do enough damage to where that shouldn't be an issue, but also a little part of me has doubts. We are going to be using items because Lord knows we are not going to survive without them, most likely. So I have 2 Whis just in case we get on that rotation, and Janemba is at risk of getting attacked, and I don't want to, get him messed up or anything like that. So I know that's definitely something we're going to be doing here, is going to be using all that good stuff. Now, realistically speaking, we are creating our way pretty through so far. Harugan's already pretty much down for the most, not really got a quarter down for the most part. This part of the fight, it really isn't that difficult, to be honest. It's mostly just kind of a hassle when it really comes to it, just getting through those first couple of enemies, getting through Harugan and his little guy I haven't watched the movie in years. But thankfully, from what I can tell, Harugan, unlike his boss fight, doesn't need the flute and doesn't dodge and stuff like that, which is really good. If the OG Dokkan players remember that Harugan's dodge was the worst part of this stage, and it sucks that I know one day we're gonna have to. I think I don't know how bad it is now with the new Harugan that came out a couple months back. Ooh, this is a good turn. Janemba won't get attacked, so we don't have to worry about dying this turn. Broly will just give himself keys, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's just look at his links real quick, just off the side, alright? And we're looking at Big Bag Bosses, not level 10, I know I'm a scam, but Big Bag Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear of Faith, and Fierce Battle. Now, these are some incredible villain links, especially the fact that he has Big Bad Bosses, which surprisingly Broly doesn't have. I don't know why Broly isn't described as a big bad boss, seeing that he's the blatant boss of the movie, but I couldn't tell you, even though I think he should have had it, honestly. I don't know why he doesn't have it. I don't know why Dokkan decided that was the right approach, but I guess he has Shocking Speed, so, it doesn't make up for it, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Now, when it comes to Dokkan and the current functions of it all, I know that Global, for a while, has been getting real shafted lately on the Physical Goku Black celebration, with the Global Sync, missing out on units, wondering when they're gonna appear. Especially with the sync, that is coming literally or late next month, I think, maybe early September. And the problem there is just the fact that we have so many units on JP that we just don't know how they're going to get into Global. Maybe, I think, a lot of theorize that God Topo is probably going to be the next Dokkan Fest at their anniversary, which is cool, but it really makes you wonder, how are they going to get all those how are they going to get the Tanabana unit, the AGL Jiren now, the Tech UI Goku, how are we going to get all these characters? I'm going to take you off rotation. How are we going to get all these characters into Global Dokkan if the thing's going to start next month during the second biggest celebration of the year? It's really making you wonder, how are we going to get these units? Now, I personally would love to have just a big banner with all of them on it. That would probably be the highest value banner in the fucking game's history. But realistically speaking, I don't think they're gonna do that. So that really leads to the question of how are they gonna are they just gonna throw them into Worldwide Celebration? Are they gonna just appear as extra banners over time? Are we just gonna have to wait till they're reran into different banners and stuff like that? It's a very unclear answer on how we're going to see the Global Sync really happen. And really the thing is that it's gonna suck because if they're all on one giant banner, that's gonna be nice at the time. But then the worldwide celebration banners are gonna come out, gonna have some of the strongest units in the game, maybe even like possibly even the strongest units in the game. And you're gonna just be wondering, like, what do we really do? You know, like you don't want to drop the newest banner, like you don't want to drop like the most hype ass greatest units in the game, and then have a banner right next to it with like Tech UI Goku, God Topo, AGL Jiren. You know what I'm saying? Like who else? Dispo. Who else am I missing? There's a lot of universe characters, but it's like you don't want to do all that. You know, you don't want to cuck your own release, if that makes sense. Like, so it's really just making you wonder, how are they going to handle it? And I hate to say it, but the only thing I can think of is that I hope they handle it well. You know what I mean? Like it. But after recent events, it's a little harder to fully believe that. It kind of scares a little bit how they're going to handle it, especially how they've been handling Global Dokkan for a while. Oh yeah, Cell Max too. I forgot about him. Cell Max, right? You know, another Super Boss's character that's going to just slam through competition. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you really you want to see these units on the big screen. You know, you want to see, not on the big screen, but you want to see these units on the screen. Oh, we're getting the some active skills. Yeah, hold up, wait a minute. I gotta get my stuff up. I'll go quiet. Give me some. I love Broly's animations. They're super good. All right. We got the domain invocation up, so Janemba now has a buff on him. We aren't on next phase yet, so we are going to use a Whis. We're gonna see if he can even survive with a Whis. He's only getting one attack, so we will see. Buhan has this Buhan has slowly started becoming one of my favorite units in the game. His stats can just go insane with the right setup. A lot of what kills the unit is kind of what kills a lot of units, is mostly the fact that he just needs to transform, which can take a little while. And untransformed, he's okay at best, but when he transforms, he's cracked. All right. I wish I could have used the Majin Power team. I wasn't there when the event happened. I was taking a break from Dokkan then, so I wasn't there for Golden Week and all the Majin Power stuff and those banners and etc. So missed opportunity on my side. But it seems like the team's gotten pretty strong recently. I remember that team being one of the weakest in the game, but now it actually has a bunch of support and EGAs and stuff. So I think that it's really is a great upgrade on the team, and I just love this Buhan. I wish I could use him more, honestly, on the team he's supposed to be on, being Majin Power. But hopefully I can fix that sooner than later, you know. Ooh, the AoE effect coming in clutch here. I didn't even know he had an EZA effect with Broly. I've never used him in a time where I could really see it. So this is actually nice to see that how strong he is with it. Buhan's coming in, probably going to get the kill. We just have type advantage, so we're going to see. Ooh, but we get the nullification, so Janemba's even more fine. So yeah, we're really going to be able to see Janemba's true power coming in here then on the final stage, on the tech stage. I did use a Whis just to make sure, but I guess it didn't even matter because he got nullified, so it won't really matter. But we will see a little bit of his capabilities sooner than later, I suppose. 2 million damage. I'm praying to see those numbers higher again. I remember when 2 million damage for him was like actually goated with the sauce, you know what I'm saying? When he was like a king of damage, you know? When 2 million meant something. It sucks to see how far he's kind of fallen, but soon we're going to be able to see that rise back up, you know, with the Super EZAs, which I'm super excited about. I love the concept of the Super EZAs. I remember for a long time I was really saddened by the fact there were so many units that would just never be used again, because really, why would you, you know? Like AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku was never going to see use again until the Super UZA, or this Fizz Goku Black, which is also one of my favorite units. He just never was going to be usable again, but they did the Super UZAs, and now we have even more infinite content, and units are becoming more reliable and reusable. While there's a lot of them that, you know, obviously none of them become like super extreme meta per se, they're gonna just become some of the strongest parts of the game. And I think we're going to be seeing a big future. Should I use a Whis here? Let's see here. I'm really mostly scared by him, but I do want to see his capabilities. But I think we should see it with the Whis, since we already know he's probably going to die without it. So I'll use a Whis. I'll use a Whis. I'll use a Whis. This is no by means not supposed to be a no item run. You know, we're clearly using the Whis here. We're just testing out and seeing how Janemba cooks. Perfect. Okay, we got the transformation links going. Again, we're looking at what? Oh, this is the friend one. We're looking at almost all the links active except for Berserker, which is fine. Let's get Buhan up. Now, we're gonna see. I'm really sad we couldn't get Buhan and Janemba on rotation, since I think they linked up very, very well. That does kind of suck, but you know, it'll be okay. We'll just see Janemba at his rawest potential. See how cool and good he can get. If Broly doesn't cook the boss immediately first, but we do have typist advantage unless he passes it otherwise. So I don't know if we'll fully be seeing that right now. But never mind, the crits are coming in hard, so I might have lied. He might be cooked. There's gonna be a lot of damage coming from the two Brolys here. Primarily this one. I just wanted to admire how much they cooked on Broly's animations, though. I do not have the Gogeta, so but the Broly's animations, like the little rainbow thing and going through time and space, is so cool. And I love all these animations. They look so clean, especially with all the ooh, what was that? Maybe if we were gonna crit. Alright, Broly was gonna tank that even without it, realistically speaking. We have Super Saiyan Broly coming in with the heat, 11 mil attack stats. It's crazy how like 11 to 20 million is just like a casual attack number now, by the way. Like back in the day, you hit this, you were just like one shot, and now it's just casual, you know what I'm saying? A part of me wants to go rerun the old movie bosses like Broly event, just to see like how much he gets demolished, because while there's no dodge in that event still, it's just crazy to me, once they took that away, it's just crazy to me how much damage he genuinely takes these days, and how just outclassed he is. I remember when he came out, that was the hardest boss in the game. Beating Broly, like the DBZ Broly in the first Red Zone movie bosses, was just like, that was a crazy feat for you right there. That was sign that you were like, you know, you were a good Dokkan player to make it, especially with no items. And like the scaling on the event is you needed a lot to like really take it on, you know what I'm saying? You needed a lot to be able to beat the event, let alone do it with no items and stuff like that, etc. Like, he was just genuinely like a crazy unit. He was out of his fucking mind. This is gonna be the first time we see him get attacked here. I am not gonna do the actually I do need the crit. We'll do it. I'll just skip it. You know, we got, but this Zamasu is so crazy, by the way. He hasn't aged. He has aged decently well. He doesn't have guard, but this version of him, not the individual, the Fusion Zamasu version of him with the support and the 50% reduction. If only he had guard, how well he would have aged. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna run you probably. I want to get those ores, but I don't think they're gonna drop away. I'll take the rest. Yeah, they didn't. We'll do it anyways. We're gonna see a bit of Janemba's defensive capabilities here. 40% damage reduction with the guard with type advantage. We're gonna see how he does. I don't expect the greatest of showings, but you know what? If he can just survive, that's the only showing that I need to see, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? He'll be fine. You have like 60%. Damn, that's still pretty high. But coming in with a 60 million attack stat. He's crazy damage-wise. He just needs some more defense on him. But maybe in about 3 years, we'll see him with his better version of himself. Let's see here. Janemba is probably going to get us clapped, but we'll see. I'm just going to see if he can survive. It's a lot of damage, but I'll give it this. With the Whis, surviving that is actually pretty well. We actually are gonna be able to defeat it. We didn't see a lot of Janemba in the run, but the fact that he still was able to tank a red zone boss, I'm gonna give him that 40% damage reduction. Probably I feel like we should have done a test with just the guard active, but even then without the 40% damage reduction, you're probably looking at what 150k probably a hit. So I'll give him this for a unit as old as him with barely any defensive stat and only relying on guard. With type advantage, that's pretty good. I wish we could have saw more of his dodge. He does have a medium chance. I have like 22 dodge on him. It is very weird. I'm a little sad that he didn't take advantage of that. But you win some, you lose some. Let's go ahead and just win the run here, though. Just cut it off. But yeah, with 9th anniversary, with 10th anniversary coming up, we're gonna see how the game fluctuates. It is going to be nice as a primarily global player to have the option to, you know, be able to, what am I looking for? Have the option to be able, like, to actually, like, see stuff as it comes out with the JP people. Because I've been a global player, since I was a kid. I did have a JP account I played with for about a year, but I actually lost it, like, years ago when the full power, I think a little bit after the full power, what was it, Goku came out, the Super Saiyan full power Super Saiyan 4 full power Goku, the tech one, that is an easy A. So yeah, you know, I'm really happy with the sync coming up soon, and I might even make a video just talking about the sync with some gameplay in the background, you know, just my personal experience with the game on global and my personal feelings on how the sync is being handled and stuff like that. Go into really in-depth detail about it, but I'll probably save that for a little bit later when it's more relevant, maybe when it's about to come out, or maybe when the 9th anniversary is ending on global, because we still got to worry about Beast Gohan. I'm going to make probably a video about the Chilai and Lemo, and etc. So, but yeah, that was the run. That was definitely the run. We didn't get to see a lot of Janemba's capabilities, for the most part, but we did get to see him genuinely tank a final boss, he took a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. That was like 200 something K right there, maybe. And without it, we might have been cooked. But I'm really happy to see with Lisa with what the single Reese he was able to even tank a final, like, red zone, not necessarily a final red zone boss, but one for the end. This is mostly just for me to just, you know, get back into the groove of it and Dokkan and stuff like that and really recording again. But I do love this Janemba. I can't wait for a Super Easy A. I'm praying it comes sooner than later. I can't wait to see him become such a goated unit. And I'm really, like, because I already know as soon as he gets any form of damage reduction, with the guard and the dodge chance, if we can get that up, I'm not even going to worry about damage. He'd just be a king in itself. But seeing how well they're doing all the other ones, the other Super UZAs, I'm excited to see what his is going to look like. So also Super STR Super Gogetas too. But I just prefer this unit over to the Super Gogeta, even though that guy changed the game. This Janemba just always hold a special place in my heart. That's always been one of my favorites in the game. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in, whether you came from the beginning of the channel, if you're coming in the middle now, if you're just watching the one video. As I said earlier, just make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to comment, and just make sure if you want any more Dokkan content, or you want me to try out a specific unit that I might have, or old unit, and see how well they do in the red zone. We'll see if they're valid or not, if they're like that. And thank you for watching. I'm Void. I'll see you next time.